A confession opens one door. Mourning opens another. What passed between Cullen and Sharael in the quiet dark of the halfway inn should have brought clarity. Instead, dawn arrives with trembling hands, uneasy silences, and truths that only seem to deepen the mystery around them both. The road south still waits. The thinning still lingers somewhere beyond sight. And even in the morning light, nothing feels settled. Season 6, Episode 13, by Her Favour. This episode sits in the space after truth is spoken, not resolution, but consequence. Cullen understands more now, but that understanding hasn't brought him peace. And Sharael, for the first time in a long while, feels something close to renewal, something that may reshape how she stands in this world. What makes this chapter land is that both of those things can exist at once: unease and hope, clarity and uncertainty. And the road ahead doesn't simplify either of them. If you're following the story, this is a moment to slow down and take in what's changing beneath the surface. Thanks for listening. I'm Mike Carmel.
Cullen, Avon. Her hand is so soft on my cheek. Her breath mixes with mine, and all I want is to kiss her. I lean in.
Wait.
My heart lodges in my throat. Too fast? Then she says my name, but it's barely a whisper, drowned beneath the roaring in my ears.
I am.
She begins. And then she says her name. Not how I've said it, not even how she said it before. She says it like Farthen did, the way he introduced her to Reyna. Yes, I echo. Sharael, matching the sound, or trying to.
No.
She says gently. She repeats it again. There's a difference, subtle but distinct. More breath, more weight. And suddenly it clicks. Shah is an honorific. Reyna was the dragon's name. Ari. Shah. Ariel is hers. My mind spins, thoughts scatter. The way she spoke when I first met her, commanding, regal, ordering me to kneel. She had said it that way, Shah Ariel. The way the oath-sworn reacted, the way Sean calls her Dia. Damn it all. The words spill out, rougher than I mean. What does Dia mean? She flinches, trembles.
It is an old word.
She starts. Don't give me that again. It comes out sharper than I intend. But I can't bear another half-truth. No more lies. She shakes slightly, then says something I can't make out. We stare at one another, both waiting. Then she says it, imperiously, like the first day we met.
It means goddess. What did you think it meant?
Her voice is sharp. Frustrated, embarrassed. Goddess? My hand drops from hers. She whispers now.
I won't lie to you anymore.
I can't speak. Not yet. Sean. It makes sense now. He believes she's the goddess. That's why he calls her Dia. That morning at Marta's, 2 others in the yard, on their knees, praying. That's what believer means, I say, fury edging in. She sniffles. The hurt in her expression pulls me back from the edge. I can't do this to her again, I promised. Before I know what I'm doing, I lean in and kiss her. She gasps, surprised, So am I. The touch of lips is gentle, uncertain at first. She doesn't pull away. I tilt my head, lean in further. She mirrors me. Not passion, not fire, just a gentle touch. We part, and I whisper her name, the way I've always said it. She breathes against my face. I want to understand, I say. Tell me everything. I promise. I won't run away again. I've turned up a lantern and now sit on the edge of the bed, bare-chested in my unders. She leans back against the headboard, hugging a pillow, cheeks flushed crimson. She looks small. This is the goddess? I wait. When she doesn't speak, I prompt gently. You are the goddess of the razor? The daughter of Corbin? She nods, hands clasped in her lap. You were at one time a part of the razor? She nods. And why are you no longer? Her lips move, but the first sound is barely a squeak. She tries again, voice fragile.
Arthesi.
The name lands heavily. The wizard who swore the Avens. The one accused of stealing the razor. She continues.
I think, in a way, he loved me. Or perhaps he loved the idea of me. He crafted a rite, decidium. It creates a break in the magic. It let me separate from the razor, allowed me to appear before the circle as I am now.
She draws in a shaking breath, her shoulders sinking as tears gather and spill, dotting the bed covers.
But it was more than that. It gave me something I'd longed for. A rest.
A rest? I echo.
From my duties. From the endless cycle. The repetition. The sheer monotony of what I do.
I hesitate, still trying to comprehend. And what exactly is that?
I manage the razor.
Manage it? How?
By itself, the razor is just a sword. A powerful one, yes, but inert. It channels magic, but it doesn't choose how. I'm the will inside, the mind guiding its power. That is, unless I separate from it.
Does it hurt? She shakes her head.
No, not at all.
But is part of you still in there? She looks up at me, eyes glassy.
Something, yes. A small part. Enough to keep the razor functioning. But most of me is here. The rest is scaffolding, protocols, contracts, enchantments woven long ago. My father's work, layered into its structure. That's the shell. I was the soul.
And what does that make you? I ask, voice low. You live within the razor, you're a goddess. But you also stand before me as this, a young woman. A tired smile curves her lips.
You ask difficult things.
They're only difficult because you keep the truth from me. I try not to sound accusatory, but I need to understand. If you'd told me on that first day,
I thought you knew. Your oath taken. You woke me. I thought, you must have been sent to restore things. When I realized you knew nothing, when I understood how much time had passed, I feared you were an enemy, a thief, a razor hunter. I had no way to know your intent.
she swallows and the words nearly fail again.
But then I saw your truth, that I was 2 centuries displaced, that the oath had endured in name, but the knowledge had faded.
I nod slowly, the weight of it pressing down hard. 200 years, and no one left who remembered. How did it happen, I ask? You separating from the razor, becoming this. She clasps her hands more tightly in her lap, knuckles pale.
It was Arthesi. He devised Decidium not just to allow my form to manifest, but to create a full, independent existence. A morphic field, one that shapes the vessel based on the spirit within. What I am now, it's shaped by my intent, my identity, what I see myself as. My father's daughter.
You're human?
I think so. In body, yes. In spirit, I'm not sure. The spell was meant to give form to who I am at the core, and this is what emerged.
She gestures to herself. She gives a small, uncertain smile.
I am still Ariel Maldine, still the soul of the razor. But now I walk among you, as I've always wished to. Not simply a guiding presence, but real, present.
I hesitate, then ask, why you? I can't help it. She's nothing like what I imagine a goddess to be. She doesn't match the stories she's told me, not in the slightest. I've only known her as a girl who claims to master battle in thought alone, forgets to prepare her spells, second guesses herself, is unassertive, shy even, keeps things from me, and has rather poor judgment when it comes to drink. Why did they send you to retrieve the razor? Her expression grows distant.
Because without the razor, the circle couldn't act. They could barely maintain what they'd built. Every ounce of their power was consumed, just holding the lines. I had nothing to do but wait for someone to act. 1.
I study her face, still trying to reconcile the two truths, this shy, self-conscious girl, and the divine being who once shaped the might of the circle. The daughter of Corbin, god of war. It explains why she was so upset when Dagar spoke of the god's deposal, and why Sandra reacted the way she had. And no one from the circle did, I say.
No, she says.
She falls silent, covering her face with a hand. She looks embarrassed. It feels like something else remains unsaid. I mull over her words. The circle was so enthralled they could do nothing. It makes sense they'd send the only one of them still able to act. But does it? She still seems like a girl to me, head full of yarners' tales and romantic notions. Her hand slips lower, covering her nose and mouth, and she stares at me. I know that look. She's weighing whether to speak more truth. At last, she says, 1.
I had the opportunity, and I had to take it. For the first time, I could live. I was a real girl. A person. I thought I could do what others couldn't. 1.
Do what others could not, I ask. She nods.
Cullen. For so long, I dreamed of walking the world. Moving through wild lands, breathing the air, sitting by fires, eating food. I thought I could find the razor and save the day.
My heart pounds harder. She won't meet my eyes. I reach for her hand. She pulls away. That's it. The truth she dreads the most. Not that she's a goddess, though that's weighty enough. No, it's this. That she believed, maybe vainly, maybe foolishly, that she alone could save everyone. So to the hells with the circle and their plans. She just wanted to be real? But no, that can't be everything. She'd said, because without the razor, the circle couldn't act. They could barely maintain what they'd built. Every ounce of their power was consumed just holding the lines. I literally had nothing to do but wait for someone to act. I study her face, still trying to reconcile the two truths, this shy, self-conscious girl, and the divine being who once shaped the might of the circle. The daughter of Corbin, god of war. It explains why she was so upset when Dagar spoke of the god's deposal, and why Sandra reacted the way she had. And no one from the circle did, I say.
No.
Her voice is small. She falls silent, covering her face with a hand. She looks embarrassed. It feels like something else remains unsaid. I mull over her words. The circle was so enthralled they could do nothing. It makes sense they'd send the only one of them still able to act. But does it? She still seems like a girl to me, head full of yarner's tales and romantic notions. Her hand slips lower, covering her nose and mouth, and she stares at me. I know that look. She's weighing whether to speak more truth.
I had the opportunity, and I had to take it. For the first time, I could live. I was a real girl, a person. I thought I could do what others couldn't. Arthesi helped me, but he used me too. I was supposed to escape. He said he'd prepared a distraction. I felt it the moment the razor was taken from the Parthon. Why would he do that? He betrayed me. He couldn't remove it while I was there. He had to get me away first. And I fell for it. I slipped away, left the protocols running. It must have stunned the circle, but they wouldn't have realized I was gone. Not at first. They could have carried on without me. I spent centuries crafting magic that mimicked my presence in the razor. With a little more time, they could have managed.
Wait, you left before the razor was stolen? I ask, needing to hear it out loud. She shakes her head slowly, not in denial, but overwhelmed.
The circle controlled 100 times their strength because of the Costa Novacula. The razor. It's more than a sword. Without it, without me, he couldn't have taken it. That was the lesson. The safeguard we put in place after the first time it was stolen.
And now I see it. By stepping away, by giving Arthesi that opening, she let this happen. The theft, the collapse, all of it. The White Circle's 600-year struggle, undone in a single act. And with the casting of the contingency, she's done worse. My oaths and instincts scream against the feelings I have for her. She's the root of everything. This should stagger me, but I'm not. Because every step that led here shaped who I am. And I would not be this man without her. My hand trembles as I reach for hers again. This time she allows it. A gentle squeeze. She looks up, eyes wide, embarrassed, humiliated.
I thought I could get away, that they'd be all right. But even now, I can't do anything right. If Arthesi hadn't stolen the Costa Novacula, it would have been.
We lie beside each other, soft orange lantern light painting the room. She's quiet again. I expect her to speak, but she doesn't. Too many questions churn inside my skull. If she controls the razor, the source of the circle's power, then why was she only observing battle? Why did she become a master through observation? What use could that possibly have? Tonana gasps. She stands in front of me, fully clothed for once. That alone is strange. Something about her posture, the clenched fists, the fire in her eyes, anger. The temple looms behind her. a black bone structure that mimics the Cadian center and Caracas's temple in La Rose. Luna wanes in the sky, casting her in pale light.
You!
You! I shout back, stepping forward. She backs away. I've tolerated your visits, your demands, your threats, but what you did last night, I won't stand for it.
What I did to you? What you do to me?
That stops me. She's right. I've seen it. The wounds, her body. I didn't choose the path for you, Tonana. Maybe it's time you reconsider your direction.
Pah, what do you know of choice?
Arms crossed tight over her chest. She turns away, but not fully. Her eyes flick back. We've come far. Far enough that I no longer fear her or her master. So far, all she's done is haunt my dreams. And even that feels like it might end soon. Words rise to my throat. I'd wanted to say so much, but now nothing comes. Seeing her like this, guarded, hurt, I feel something else. Pity. She probably has no choice in her service. Don't come to me again, I say.
No, don't go.
Not sure I can go. Never felt like I had a choice before. But now, maybe she thinks I do.
How do you do it?
Do what?
Evade his grasp. How?
Should I tell her? End this game? Let her realize she has no hope of claiming me, so she can stop trying. A poultice, I say, given to me just after I was bitten. A smile creeps onto her face, but it's not joy. It's hunger. It terrifies me. She starts to laugh.
A poultice? What was in it? Whittle leaf and quaily plants?
The laughter grows, sharp, cruel.
That wives' tale? That prattle? My kind started those rumors centuries ago. It's not so easy, I'm afraid.
Her voice shifts, deeper now, low and guttural.
Really, Cullen? That's your answer?
Still laughing, but now she's rubbing her arms, up and down, back and forth. It looks more like fear than dominance. She seems lost in thought.
Will you not consider my offer?
To join him?
To join me. Are you not pleased when you look upon me?
Before she can start that slow approach, before the caress of my chest and arms, before the eventual anger when I refuse, I speak first. My intentions are for another. She blinks, brow furrows.
Really? But you've never said, not once. How many times have we spoken, and not a word of another? Still, what could she possibly have over me?
Tonana. I hold up a hand, stopping her. You are beautiful, beyond imagination. Her expression shifts toward a smile. But that's not what I seek. Not just beauty. I want honesty, loyalty, devotion. I need connection, real connection, on a level that's more than just flesh. That's all you've shown me. A flicker of concern, then tension. Her voice tightens.
I have never lied to you. Is that not honesty?
Maybe. But it's not enough. Truth is, I feel nothing for you. She flinches. Coming to me clothed tonight, respecting me and yourself, that has done you greater justice than all your flaunting ever has. Her face twists in rage.
Justice? What does justice mean to you?
She grabs at the shoulder of her shirt, tears it aside. What's revealed beneath is pure horror. Torn flesh, long, jagged claw marks slash from collar to belly, crisscrossed wounds, flaps of skin hanging loose. Tears stream down her face, mixing with fury.
Justice? Does this look like justice to you?
She steps closer, trembling. The wounds, they're all in different stages. Some look fresh, still bleeding. Others swollen and red. Some weeping with infection.
I suffer this because of you. I suffer until he forgives me. We're not done with you, Cullen Avon. You think you've escaped, but we're not done.
Enough. Come to me no more, Tonana. I will myself away. A breath, deep through my nose, out through my mouth. Eyes open to warm orange darkness. Still night. Sharael is curled against my left arm. Still. Quiet. Maybe asleep. Maybe not. Tonana lingers in my mind. Does she deserve what's happening to her? Can't see how I am to blame for her pain. Better the tangled truths beside me than the one sent to claim me for another, no matter how beautiful she may be. Dawn rises slow, staining the room in bands of red and orange. Slipping from bed, I move quietly. Sharael sighs but doesn't stir. Dagger's missing. Not beneath me, not tucked in the usual corner. I sweep the room. No sign. I cross to the window and look out. Behind the inn, the grounds stretch 30 meters to a tree line. 3 privies sit at the edge, a wood pile, a man already chopping. Still no dagger. But I'm not worried, not yet. My thoughts are crowded, and the privy calls louder than concern. The morning feels wrong, not tired, not sore. A tremor in my gut, a vibration of something off, like I know something is coming, and all I can do is wait for it. I dress in leggings and boots, chest bare, the razor strapped on. The inn is empty as I descend. A faint scent of cooking lingers. I pass the long bar and enter the short hallway that will lead out back. Past 3 open rooms, each with empty bathing tubs. The idea of a bath floats across my thoughts. The outside air greets me colder than expected. Chill wind stings bare skin, snapping me fully alert. Birdsong flits through the air. The woodcutter lifts and stacks, filling a small one-wheeled barrow. Still the unease clings. Not fear, just wrongness. I walk. 1 step, 2, and I'm just standing, middle of the path. Sunlight warms my chest and face. The woodpile is bigger now, the barrow empty. A shiver creeps up my spine. How long have I been here? I glance down at my sword hand. It trembles. Something is wrong. Moments stretch long. Finally, I push on to the privy. Business done. I step back into the sunshine. No idea how long I've been out here. A quarter hour? A half? Maybe more. The sun sits higher now, feels warmer. I look up at the inn. Care is watching me from his window. No telling how long he's been there. I nod, casual, controlled, but inside, far from calm. It reminds me of LaRose, the way I stood there for hours staring into the alley, looking at his temple. Is it the same fugue? My hands tremble still. Thoughts crash through my skull. Sharael is a goddess. Tonana is still coming, still claiming. I return to the inn. Despite the storm in my head, I arrange a bath. The kitchen staff say it'll be ready in room 3 in 10 minutes. At the top of the stairs, Care is waiting. "Morning," I offer. He nods.
Everything all right?
"Fine." Polite. Short. I move past him without pause and slip back into my room. Bolt the door. Sharael sleeps soundly. Leaning back against the wood, I stare at my hands, still shaking. Collecting my shaving kit and bathing cloth, I head back down. In silence, I watch the staff haul steaming buckets into the room. Warm sunlight streams through the high window, creating beams of dust motes. Once they leave, I bolt the door and undress. Sink into the hot tub. Water spills over the rim, vanishing down a tile channel. Leaning back, I sink lower, lips just above water. The heat steadies my hands, steadies my thoughts. Sharael is a goddess. She should be powerful. Only, she doesn't seem powerful. She memorizes spells, forgets them. That moment in Marta's, in front of Care, was something else. She had help. She must have. I believe she admitted as much. More questions I need to ask. So many questions. When I return to the room, I'm shaved, dressed, and feeling better. Still no sign of Dagar, and I don't want to worry. But after that nightmare, after I thought I'd lost him, it's hard not to. Ready to go down for breakfast, I pause, thinking Sharael might like to know a bath could be waiting for her. Morning sun spills through the window, full and golden. The light touches her where she lies almost bare, back turned to the glow. She's radiant in it, skin like warm amber, hair catching fire in the sunlight. My hand brushes her shoulder, soft and warm in sleep, just as she did to me that first night in the rose, a quiet repayment. She stirs beneath my touch, eyes fluttering as I whisper, "There are baths downstairs. I could have one waiting in 10 minutes if you like." Her smile blooms from sleep into full delight. I nod. "I'll let you rise. Truth is, I'd rather stay and watch." She holds the sheet to her collarbone, smiles at me, crooked and sleepy. "Did you sleep well?"
So very well.
100 things I want to ask, to say, but the words jumble inside me. She'll want the privy soon, and I need time to untangle everything still buzzing in my head. Still, this is the girl I enjoy most, the shy, self-conscious Sharael.
I want that bath you promised.
I slip out, closing the door behind me. Soft footfalls follow on the floorboards, and the deadbolt clicks shut. Downstairs, the tavern is just beginning to stir. I arrange another bath. The same young man from earlier helps again, though his mood is notably more sour. Could be the hour, or the work, but he moves with clear resentment. Still, I hand him extra coin, enough to encourage patience and, hopefully, a bit of grace for Sharael. Not sure whether to wait on the others before I eat. Camaraderie has its place, and breakfast has a way of softening moods. Farthen's always in good cheer. Sean can be surprisingly affable with food in front of him. Care, he's harder to read. Sometimes I catch him scowling, quiet, brooding. Other times he's courteous, almost respectful. But I've yet to truly know what he believes in, what he honors, if anything at all.
Sharael Maldine. A bath. I love baths. Standing here, well, in Eric's room, it's so easy to daydream. Someday, I could have a place like this. Maybe not grand, but mine. Sunlight pours through the window, pulling me to the sill. The backyard and trees stretch beyond, glowing in the golden morning. A woodcutter glances up and offers a wave, or maybe a salute. Only then do I realize I'm standing in my unders. A startled half wave is all I manage before I duck away, warmth blooming in my cheeks. Everything feels good this morning, light, unburdened. It's Cullen, his acceptance, all of me. No more lies, no more hiding. And I can feel Sean. He prays to me. It adds to the brightness of my mood. I send him a ripple in return, a small tingle of acknowledgement. Just a breath of divine presence. Not something I'm used to doing. Not used to having believers I can speak to. Mother once told me, a true believer cherishes interaction more than any sign. She was right. I want to give more. To Sean. To Farthen when the time is right. When I first showed Sean a vision of my true self, he nearly fainted. That grin, wide and ridiculous, stretches my face now. Wasn't funny then, but the memory of that big, strong man wobbling like a leaf. Now it's hilarious. Even hours after, he'd been glowing with joy. Gathering my things, I dress, shirt and leggings, then head barefoot down to the tavern to claim my waiting bath. Eyes trail me. Patrons. I can feel their gaze. I clutch my clean belongings tighter and cross the room quickly. No sign of Cullen. The hallway by the privy holds 3 doors on the left. All look like bathing rooms. A young man rounds the corner, arms full of steaming buckets. I start to ask, but he nods mid-inquiry.
One more trip,
He says, a little winded. Inside, the air's already thick with steam. The floor is wet and cold underfoot, but the tub is full and beckoning. I set my bundle on a bench beneath the window and duck out to the privy before I begin. When I return, the last of the water is poured. The young man exits without a word, leaving the door ajar. I close it, bar it. I hang my clothes on pegs under the window. The mirror is useless with fog, so I don't bother. The water is too hot. Each try to slip in ends with gasps and awkward retreat. Eventually, I drift to the window, rising on my toes to lean against the stone and feel the sun on my face. The warmth grounds me. For a moment, I imagine the divine conduit again, what it means to feel faith returning. Corbin, my father, he hasn't forsaken me. No, he's given more in these past days than ever before. And yet he claims I'm not his daughter. That thought, it still hurts. But I'll speak with Cullen about it. Finally. The water is tolerable now. I slide one leg in, then the other. Heat crawls up my skin, wonderful on my legs and hips, shocking at the waist, and divine across my chest. A long sigh escapes. Hair over one shoulder, draped along the edge of the tub, I begin to wash. Something sparks. Too strong a word, perhaps, but it ignites. Inside me. Cheeks warm with sudden flush. Faith. 3 now. 3 gather in my name. Not Sean, he's nearby. Not Farthen either. His belief is firm, but not ritual. The 2 in La Rose? Maybe they found another? Marta? That would be lovely. She believes in the razor, in the circle, but not quite in me. Still, I can hardly think straight. So excited I nearly leap from the water. No, wait. Let it grow. Let them gather. I hold up my hand. Will it? A flame dances into existence. Small, like the last flicker of a wick. But it's mine. No incantation, no fuel drawn from the garden, no spell memorized. Just will, just faith. Joy floods me. This is it, the beginning of the end. I release it quickly. Faith shouldn't be wasted. Instead, I pour everything I have back into the ones who called me. Every drop, every breath, all of it. Such a fool, to leave myself defenseless. But instead of emptiness, I'm filled with reward. Shivers ripple across my skin. A soft quake of joy runs deep. I slide deeper into the tub, hair over its edge, anchoring me like a tether. Is it foolish, giving so much to them? Won't be able to cast today. Can't memorize either. Not sure for how long. But I feel them. Not names, not yet. But presence, direction, distance. As my strength grows, I'll know them better. Shivering again, I remember the thousands. That brief, overwhelming moment when I held my mother's mantle. It was never like this. Never this vivid, never this intimate. I can't wait for it to spread. Don't know how long I drift in the water. When I finally stir, the tub is nearly cold. The mirror is clear. I glance into it, maybe just to make sure I remember what I look like. See nearly all of me. Yes, pleased. I only hope Cullen is too. Towel wraps around my hair as I dry off. A knock on the door makes me squeak. 1.
Miss,
The boy. The bucket boy.
you just about done? Got patrons waiting on the room.
I'll be out momentarily, I call, hopping on one leg, trying to jam damp limbs into clingy leggings. Oh, bugger. When I finally emerge, I'm fresh and glowing, if slightly disheveled. Back in our room, I hang up my towel and spend a few minutes brushing and primping, trying to look like a proper leader. My thoughts drift. Why do I have so little faith in Cullen? In myself? That thought sticks. Puzzling. Cullen. Does he believe? I don't feel him. Not even a flicker. Still, he must. Some part of him, surely, believes. Downstairs, the smell of breakfast pulls at my stomach. The tavern is still quiet. 2 patrons, a man and woman, sit at a large table, chatting over mugs. No sign of Cullen, or Farthen, or anyone familiar. Except Eric. The short man rushes over, face bright with hope, eager to hear my thoughts on the room. I assure him it's lovely, placing a hand gently on his shoulder. His cheeks flush, and his smile grows so warm, so genuine, it brings one to my own face. Have you seen Cullen? He hesitates for a moment.
Yes, miss. He went out front not long ago.
I thank him again, and promise not to forget his hospitality. Heading for the front door, I feel a rumble in my stomach. As if summoned by my thoughts, Cullen stands just outside, on what passes for a road. A path, really, but here, that's a highway. Just one more oddity on a growing list of things that feel off-kilter in this world. He gazes northward, hand resting casually on the razor's pommel. My eyes search the sky for signs of thinning, but the air is clear, just a beautiful blue stretching over the treetops. Is it receding? Drifting? I don't know. Whatever the case, there's nothing I can do about it. He hears me approach. I know he does, because he turns and smiles. That smile makes something flutter inside me. And yet, deep beneath the warmth, there's a fear I can't shake. Fear that one day, the truth will take him from me. What do you ponder? I ask, already wincing at my own question. Too open, too vulnerable.
Your body, actually.
A jolt shoots through me. Worry tightens in my chest. Is he disappointed? Am I enough? He grins, clearly amused by my reaction. Before I can gather myself to respond, he continues.
Because it's so soft, like a new leaf.
Fingers rise, brushing my neck, sliding to my shoulder, back to my cheek. A shiver escapes. Eyes close. I lean into the touch. His words turn in my mind. How long have I had this body? 3 days after the razor was taken. A day spent chasing it. And the days since we met? The memory of finding the razor again sends a tremble through me. He must think it's his touch. Maybe it is. Barely since before we met, I admit softly. But the words don't catch anymore. They come with ease now. His smile doesn't falter.
It makes sense that you're so new to all this.
He gestures at the world around us.
That's why everything feels fresh to you. Why you're so eager to experience it all.
There's nothing else to say.
I've been thinking of you all morning. No one is as soft as you. So smooth.
His gaze deepens. No humor there. Something else. Something hungry. His hand returns, brushing my face, slipping beneath my hair. I let him. Eyes close again. The simple caress undoes me.
We have so many things to speak of. But I suppose much hinges on your pondering.
Pondering.
Last night, you said you needed to think when I asked what would become of us.
I still don't have all the answers. Whatever comes, I want to spend it with you. His hand stills at my neck. The look on his face changes. No amusement now, only warmth. He glances around, then leans in and kisses me. Gentle, tender, not nearly enough. When he pulls away, it's with that boyish grin of his, the one I can never resist. I smile back. Under his gaze, shyness flutters through me again. He knows. Of course he knows. He releases me with a glance and a point. 20 meters down the path, a road marker stands half sunken in the grass. He almost takes my hand, but at the last second, it lifts to the razor's pommel instead. That draws my eye, and I spot Care standing in the doorway. Cullen ignores him and strides toward the marker. I follow. The marker's old, worn smooth in places, streaked with lichen. Carved into the stone. Rivet, 93 leagues. Teppensfield, 40 leagues. The Scoot, 47 leagues. Etched in an arch above, by Her Favour. Strange.
By Her Favour?
Cullen reads aloud. That's what it would have said 1,000 years ago, I answer.
1,000? Why?
My mother, Sias. He cuts in.
Wait, your mother is Sias? From the song you say?
Yes, the goddess of war. She passed about 1,000 years ago. By Her Favour and in Her Favour were common dedications during her reign.
Season 6, Episode 13, By Her Favour. This episode sits in the space after truth is spoken, not resolution, but consequence. Cullen understands more now, but that understanding hasn't brought him peace. And Sharael, for the first time in a long while, feels something close to renewal, something that may reshape how she stands in this world. What makes this chapter land is that both of those things can exist at once: unease and hope, clarity and uncertainty, and the road ahead doesn't simplify either of them. If you're following the story, this is a moment to slow down and take in what's changing beneath the surface. Thanks for listening. I'm Mike Carmel.